Dharma 98 Pro. This is literally an exact identical to the Dharma 98. Full aluminum keyboard. This one uses the Dragon Chant switches, and this one uses the Mint Mambas, but it's exactly the same or identical keyboard. You're just getting this one is pure wired connection. This is the Dharma 98, and the 98 Pro is going to be wired 2G and Bluetooth connections. You do have hot swivel between 3 and 5 pin if you want, and then you have your full aluminum body, just like this has a full aluminum body. Only you're getting here is different switches, and which is from the Dragon Chant switches to the Mint Mambo switches, and then you're getting going from wireless to wired. So let's go ahead and pull it out the box. Let you guys see what the box looks like real quick. I know a lot of you guys like seeing that, so that's what the box looks like. We confirm everything. We can also confirm the Mint Mambo switches as well. Full aluminum body. Box is simple. This is basically the Pro version of the Dharma that's right there on the board, or right there on the table. I got sent both of these by Redragon, assuming this one might not be, the Dharma 98 itself was not as popular as an option, obviously, especially on this channel, so I kind of didn't want to keep harking on it and just let it sit. I was trying to test and see if it was going to get some more engagement, but unfortunately it did not go past what it did, so we're going to leave it alone. And we're going to look at its bigger cousin, the Dharma 98, or older cousin, or newer cousin, whatever you want to call it, the Dharma 98 Pro. Keyboard feels exactly the same. Like feel wise, the weight is the same. Everything feels exactly the same. I'm actually going to link you to the Dharma 98, or you should be linked to the Dharma 98 actual full review. These are Mint Mamba switches, so keep that in mind, because they are Mint Mamba switches, or Mambo switches, that they are going to have that a much more quiet interface, but still allow you to actually hear what your typing experience looks like. We'll actually look at that in a second. In the box, you also get your typical manual like you normally get, your Redragon stickers like you normally get, and you should, as normal, get your USB-C cable and your key remover and some additional Mint Mamba switches, as I noted. So since I've already have reviews up on the channel about the Mint Mamba switches, we won't even focus on a full length dedicated review. We're actually just going to jump to some gameplay and show you how this thing performs in game. And we're playing Battlefield 6 to do so, but before you even do that, I actually want to test what the switches sound like in comparison to the Dharma 98 Pro and the basic Dharma 98 itself. So let's do that comparison, and then I'll actually plug the board up. We'll see what it looks like in comparison as well. But as you can tell, here is a direct. It is literally one-to-one identical. It's literally one-to-one identical. All you're getting is you're swapping from Dragon Chant switches to Mint Mamba switches. As you see, they're a little bit more thockier, a little bit more, they sound a little bit more robust. These ones feel a little more shallower. So if you like that sound better, then go with the standard 98 version. If you like this better, go with the Mint Mamba version. This is the Pro version. If you need the features of the Pro version, such as, let's see if we can find the buttons here, such as, here we go, such as Bluetooth and 2G, this is the go-to for you, because you can plug it, play, it's good, it's accessible for you. If you prefer the wired connection, this is also a good ease of use here, but technically I think you're only buying this for the 3 modes of connectivity and the different switches. So if you prefer the Mamba switches or Mambo switches and don't want to swap them yourself, you know what I mean, you can buy this one. If you prefer the Dragon Chant switches, you can, and don't want to swap those yourself, you can go with the standard 98. We'll just keep that to the side. You can go with the standard 98. They're going to actually, everything is the same. Yep, everything is still going to be similar. There is a slight difference between your mounts here. So your mounts on that one, nope, they're all the same. So everything is going to be exactly the same and exactly identical. Only thing that you'll see is a different color suite, different switches, and that's about it. But you're going to get the exact performance and probably most likely the exact feel that you're getting. The Dragon Chant switches have the same actuation. Mils of actuation is about 1.7 to 2 mils of actuation that the Mint Mambos have. The Mint Mambos just have a more thockier feel. The Dragon Chants have a more clickier feel. You know what I mean? They sound more like click. They're more clickier feel, right? Or acoustic. And they pretty much feel the same. You know what I mean? Solid. They're both solid switches. So I hear right now it's more about acoustics. They both have similar actuation points, so it's more about acoustics. You know what I'm saying? And what you prefer, and connectivity. So you're buying this because you prefer the acoustics and the typing experience or playing experience of the Mint Mambos, and then you also like the 3-mode connectivity. So that's the reason why you're going with the Dharma 98 Pro. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug it in, so you can see what it looks like. We're going to have to turn off the light here so you guys can all see that. So color scheme is pretty much similar to the other one, how this one runs. Obviously you can go through the software and you can tune this as you like, how you like the color scheme to be, etc, etc. But I'm just going to keep this as is. I'm just going to just use it as is, obviously. Pretty solid. That looks good. We'll just go ahead and compare, since we got it on the table, to the Dharma 98 and comparison, so you guys can see what that looks like in comparison. So in comparison, this actually lights up full, but that does as well. It's just that, you know, but in comparison, this is going to be a better lighting experience, RGB experience, than its more expensive bigger brother. Because if we're running it in wireless mode, that's exactly what it'll look like. So as you can see, man, roughly the same. This one's a little bit more lighter. This one's a little bit more dimmer, but that could be adjusted in the software. So roughly the same. It's all about the preference and that you choose when it comes down to the board itself. Other than that, I think that I've kind of ran through everything. Like I said, aluminum bodied, aluminum chassis. Same with this one. It's just the same exact board, but different switches and 3 modes of connectivity. Same exact functionality. Similar typing experience, except for acoustics, except similar actuation, etc, etc. Acoustics will be slightly different. Other than that, that's about it. So I say we just go ahead and cut into some gameplay. This will probably be not the first time we do this, but this will be one of those times where you guys can just kind of watch gameplay in the background and just see the board work as the board works. Other than that, that's about it. I'll try to keep the gameplay as raw as possible so you guys can actually enjoy that experience. But that's about it. Peace and blessings. Yeah, boy, we don't just let teammates fall on the battlefield, do we? Hey, you look like you need a little bit of spray. got it, there goes the full gameplay experience. That is the Dharma 98 Pro. Quite honestly, it still suffers from some of the same failure points of most mechanical boards, and especially the Dharma 98, is that sometimes there is no response to the keys themselves, but that's a failure point of most mechanical boards, especially budget ones. But the lack of responsiveness and input response doesn't really drive me away from mechanical boards. It just lets me know that I'm dealing with that particular limitation. That is the only issue that I had with this board and with the Dharma 98 itself, and just the Dharma 98 series, is that sometimes your input, especially when you're gaming and you're trying to get those fast inputs, you know, you're doing your thing, sometimes they're not read, and therefore they don't always go through, and that could be due to you not doing a full press, or you just kind of lightly tapping it, or whatever the case may be, or sometimes it's just not actually sending the proper signal in order to let the PC know that you hit E or R or whatever the case may be. Other than that, the experience with this is pretty much the same as any Redragon board with Mint Mambo switches or Mambo switches. I do enjoy the Mint Mambo experience when it comes down to mechanical switches. It is my favorite, but not my top recommendation choice for Redragon's mechanical switches. Other than that, though, the Mint Mambo boards have always never proved me wrong in overall feel and experience, either typing scripts or playing a video game, or just browsing the web and typing on Discord and doing things like that. I believe that this is the version you go for. Let me get the light back on. This is the version you go for if you are wanting the 3-mode connectivity, and you need that 3-mode connectivity for flexibility and adaptability, and you want Mint Mambo switches, and that's about it. Other than that, you have the same exact features on both boards. They do the same exact thing, and the software is 100% similar. So keep that in mind, that you're going to be looking at the same thing here. So if you like this board but don't like the way the keys sound, and you want better sounding keys, and you know, your personal opinion, then you can go with the Mint Mambas. If you don't like how that sounds or how those feel, you can go with the Dragon Chance. So it's always dependent on you. This is more user preference as opposed to which board would be better. They're both literally the exact same board. One is wired with Dragon Chance keys, and the other, the 98 Pro, which we're talking about today, is 3-mode connectivity, wired, wireless, and Bluetooth, and at the same time it has Mint Mambo switches. But that's about it. So if you are interested in this, you can go and link, or this board, you can go and link in the description below, and you can pretty much, you can go and link in the description below, and you can let Redragon know I sent you. Use the code for a cool little discount, and that also gives back to the channel. Other than that, that's about it. This is your boy 2Crack signing out. We'll see you on the next one.